So today I'll be showing you guys my 2007 335i. It is N54 powered pre-LCI E90, and I got it for a steal. As you guys can probably tell by the title, I got the car for $2,800. I got this car about a year and a half ago, like when COVID was the worst and the car prices were not as inflated as they are now. But I ended up getting a really good deal on a car because the previous owner had it misdiagnosed. So the car is a bone stock for the most part. As you can see, I've added a couple of things here and there, like these front grills, the little mirror caps, the reflect, you know, little things, but cosmetic. But under the hood, the car is a bone stock. The car doesn't have a check engine light like almost every single N54 that I've seen. And all of the cooling, everything has been addressed, but the car has been sitting for a year and a half under my ownership because I've had other things to tend to and I was out of state and the car just sat. But recently I put a new battery in it, emptied out all of the old fuel, and did an oil change on it, and the car started right up. Runs perfectly. Still no check engine light. The only light I have on the dash is for the adaptive headlights, the adaptive headlight failure, which I will be replacing these headlights soon. They are clapped, but I couldn't say no to a car like this after test driving it, because the car does make a ticking noise that increases with the revs, but it sounds nothing like rod knock after comparing two videos. I can show you guys a video of what rod knock sounds like, and then later on in this video I'll take the car for a drive and I'll show you what my car sounds like, and it sounds like injector tick. Maybe a timing chain tensioner, maybe the timing chain is bad, I don't know. We'll see later on when I break it down. But for the most part it does make a slight tick, but after 3k rpm I guess you can't hear it because like the exhaust noise, wind noise, road noise, everything, it like drowns it out. But the car's not losing power or anything, so let's just hope for the best for right now. But the biggest reason why I bought this car, other than the fact that it's $2,800, is the fact that it was bone stock, not modified at all. So which leads me to believe it's been treated at least okay for its life. It's 130,000 miles, clean Carfax. I'm the third owner of it. I have all of the original paperwork, all of the original what's it called, manuals, and everything they give you when you buy a car new from BMW I have. So it was a cool pickup, and I think I got a really good deal on it. Another issue the car has is with the 6 HP ZF transmission. It is a little bit jerky in between when it shifts from second to first and first to second, and sometimes in second gear it will just, the clutch will slip and it'll just rev out, which I'm thinking, I've watched shop life videos, I've seen that if I replace the solenoids and the transmission sleeves, it should fix all of my issues, because I don't have any fault codes for the transmission right now. So also another good sign. For the most part the car is pretty clean from like 5 feet away. As you get up close there are some imperfections, like there's a ding right here, a little dent right here, you know, some glue residue from a fake M badge I had to remove. But for the most part it's a pretty clean example of a pre-LCI E90 N54. So my plans for it are to do, I have another E92 335 I didn't introduce to the channel yet. That is the car with the 17T setup, and that setup will be changing pretty soon. But this car, I think I'm going to do a complete budget build on it. I saw that they came out with 19T V4 turbo, so I might wander into that, I don't know. But I'm gonna let me show you guys around the car a bit more. So I guess we could start under the hood. Now before we go under the hood, let me show you guys the interior of this thing. It is beige with the wood grain trim. I know, probably the most undesirable spec. I don't blame you. Oh, also, door handles don't work. Don't mind the back seat. It's out because I had to drain the fuel out of the fuel pump when I got it started. But yeah, it's crap. Don't get me wrong, but 2,800 bucks, you can't beat it. The car also does have a sagging headliner. Definitely has to be addressed in the future. But who cares about the back seats, right? Let's show you guys the front. So the car is a sport model, which is also a great find. It does have the sport seats. And it also does have the sport steering wheel and airbag. Came with the car. I didn't put any of that on myself. Yeah, the car, I did this yellow push to start button. I just had it sitting around the house from another one of my old E92s, but for the most part it's pretty clean. This trim is like, I think the last owner tried to like mess with it or something. I never really put it back into place because I'm planning on wrapping all of this. I'll do a video on that on my channel on a later date. But yeah, the cup holders out because, you know, typical E90 cup holders. Once you put it back in, not gonna come back out. But yeah, this interior needs a lot of love, but I feel like I can make the beige interior stand out and look nice. I know a lot of people dye the seats, or that might be a possible route too, because I think I have to remove the seats to fix the headliner. Oh, and the sunroof cover. Oh my god, that is absolutely filthy. But yeah, for a $2,800 car, it's gonna be a nice project restoring it, and we can see how nice we can make this for as cheap as possible, just for you guys at home. You know, this car is such a cheap platform for any young person or someone in high school to get into, and it's not as expensive as people want to think it is to maintain, upkeep, if you know what you're doing and you do it yourself. Or you have a friend or people, you know, people that are mechanics. If you have a connect, you'll be okay. And it's a lot of power. You can't really beat the power for the money with this car. So the biggest reason why I bought this car is because it is bone stock. Like, it still even has the stock plastic charge pipe under there. So that's the biggest reason why I bought it. Usually cars that have been modified have been abused, and the fact that this is 100% bone stock under the hood leads me to believe that the car has not been beaten on that bad for the duration of its life. But I will gladly change that, and there will definitely be mods coming soon. I just want to see the direction I want to take with it, and like everyone knows, it's mods before me. I mean, it's maintenance before mods. Sorry about that. It's maintenance before mods, and I want to get it running reliably, figure out the ticking noise that's making, that I'll show you guys in a little bit. And once I get everything addressed, change the spark plugs, probably gonna have to change the coils. My injectors, I've checked them, they are index 10s. So it sounds like it's an injector noise, but I am not 100% sure. But once I test each cylinder individually, it'll let me know what I need. My car does have index 10 injectors. I have not done the spark plugs yet though. The only thing I've done is an oil change, but I'll have to do another one shortly because it has been sitting the car was sitting for a year and a half. Just, you know, for my peace of mind. I'd flush it out one more time. But yeah, before I start modding this thing, I'm definitely gonna address all the maintenance issues, and once it's running good bone stock, then I'll definitely turn the power up. All right, so starting it up, all the cold cycle through it, and as you guys can see, other than the headlight fall, I think that's for the low beam because that shit is out. I gotta look up what that means, I forgot. But other than that, there's no codes. There's a little orange triangle for the battery not being coated since I just replaced it. But for N54, no lights on the dash. Like, that is, you don't see that every day. All right, let's take it for a drive. Also, one thing that I've noticed is the radio LED, LCD, whatever you want to call it, pixels are dead, or kind of dead. Sometimes you can see it, sometimes you can't. So I know they sell a head unit that replaces this. I might go ahead and do that, or they sell one where you can cut into your dash right here. But I have heard that those do have fitment issues and they tend to rattle a little bit. So I don't know. I do like the look of the one that goes up here better for sure, but I've heard the ones that are down here, they don't rattle as much and it looks more OEM. So all right, let's set off. So setting off in the 335, the car drives like a normal 335. Like, you would not be able to tell anything is wrong with it. But the steering wheel does have a little wear and tear, like right here. I ordered a wrap for it. Power steering is sweating a little bit, so the steering is more on the heavier side, which I do not mind because my daily is a F series F06 640 and it has electric steering. So even though that car is a boat, it does handle significantly lighter than this car. One thing I wanted to show you guys before I take off is the car does smoke a little bit from the left exhaust, but the turbos are good. This is from a bad PCV, and I'll probably add a catch can as well to help with that blow by, so we can stop fucking up the planet, because this shit is crazy. See, the only thing about the car is when you're in stop and go traffic, or what's it called, like rush hour traffic, like letting on and off the brakes, the car is super jerky. And sometimes even when you're stopped and the car like shifts down from second to first because you've been stopped for a while, the car will still jerk. So I'm pretty sure the transmission, I don't even think I need solenoids honestly, but I'm pretty sure the mechatronics sleeves and the new transmission pan bolts and some ZF lifeguard fluid, and then the car will be good. You see, as you sit at a light, the car still continues to jerk and jerk and jerk. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I do know why, but it's very, very jerky at low speeds. But once you bring the car up to speed, it is honestly not that noticeable. So I'm gonna show you guys the ticking noise I was talking about. And it's not that bad at idle, but it increases with the roads. If you guys got any ideas for this, let me know, but I'm gonna try the injectors first.